Hey, how's it going, you guys? This is petplatypus here, and it's time to review the next couple episodes of The Legend of Korra. This was good! Fuck! Okay, so, at the beginning is kind of, not slow, but it's nowhere near as good as the second half. The first half of the episode is Mako and Bolin, and what they're doing is, trying to steal an airship so that they can rescue their family. Well, they decide to do that afterwards, but they steal an airship to go find Korra in the desert, and what ends up happening is you just see the city of Ba Sing Se is just in total riot chaos. It looks really awesome with the fire and the buildings, and just looks really well. The art's really good. Really well done. You really get a sense of the chaos when you see them looking out the window, just all the cinders going by. Very, very beautifully done. That was great. You get the family. The grandma I don't like that much, honestly. The grandma kind of annoys me, but yeah, they basically rescue the family. We get them meeting up with Korra at the oasis after they search the desert, which is kind of pointless, but I mean, they thought she was in the desert, so, you know. They meet up with her and they try to radio the air temple because Zaheer's message that he gave Bolin and Mako to tell Korra was, turn yourself in or we'll kill the new airbending nation, which is at the Northern Air Temple. I believe it was the Northern. But what we end up getting is them trying to call. They finally get a hold of Milo being a little asshole on the fucking thing. Korra's funny. She's like, you know, I'm your commanding officer. That was funny. But from there, the episode just gets deadly serious, and it was great. They show up at the temple. Tenzin's like, fuck, it's too late. They're here. We gotta get everyone out of here. There's a little bit of stuff going on here, but he ends up capturing it. They end up capturing everyone in one spot, and Tenzin's like, no, fuck you guys. And he basically says, I'm gonna fight you. Fights them. Bumi and Kaya join in. Really good action. We got all three of Aang's kids fighting these guys. Really good. The combustion woman, she's up in the blimp. We end up getting Kaya and Bumi basically getting pushed into a corner, and what ends up happening is they end up falling off a cliff, but they don't die. They have really, really cool act, and even Bumi put in work in a comedic way, which I thought was really awesome, because he was fighting the lava dude, and that's, you know, I feel sorry for the guy. Tenzin's having this epic, Tenzin's so beast, he's having this epic fight with Zaheer. Really good slow-mo animation, just awesome airbending action. We've never really seen two airbenders go at it, because, you know, Aang was the last airbender, and Korra was the only airbender besides Tenzin in the first series. Well, and the family, but we never saw them actually fight. So it's cool to see an airbending fight, and that was cool. But yeah, like I said, Kai and Bumi fall off the cliff, but they're okay, obviously. Kai wants to serve as a distraction for Combustion Woman, so everyone can get, you know, off to the bison. But she ends up shooting, the bison gets scared, Kai takes a shot, falls, but he lives, and he gets on a baby bison, and he flies off, probably to find Korra. Obviously Kai was going to live, they're not going to kill a kid. But speaking of deaths, you better not let them do this, Nickelodeon. You better not let them kill Tenzin, because he's fighting Zaheer, and what ends up happening is, obviously the people aren't able to escape, and what happens is they go and they all join Zaheer, and they're all ganging up on Tenzin, and he fights them all off. Like, he's still getting his ass kicked, but he's putting in his best work, and I'm like, oh, this is amazing. And then it looks like he might die, because it has them just beating the shit out of him, and then it pans to a building. 11 out of 10 episode of... Yeah, 11 out of 10 episode of The Legend of Korra. The action was awesome. The first half was a little slow, but I liked what they showed with Ba Sing Se. I thought that was really, really well done. It really showed the situation and, you know, the anarchy and everything. The middle area with Korra and everything, that was a little slow, but, you know, she talks to Iroh. 11! Iroh was here again. It's obviously an 11 out of 10 episode. Fuck. And we got to see the cool, like, red forest. I forget what it was called, but the forest that Korra and Zaheer talked in. That place is really cool. Just a fantastic episode. She talks to Zuko a little bit about what she should do, because, you know, she can't contact her past lives. I forgot she couldn't do that. I never really, she never really brings it up, but yeah, she can't contact her past lives. Hopefully she gets that ability back, but it's kind of interesting to have an avatar that doesn't have the ability to do that. Because people do call Korra a bad avatar, but it's like, she can't contact her past lives. Like, what do you want from her, you know? Aang could do that when he was fucking up. But yeah, anyways, 11 out of 10 episode, fantastic. If Tenzin died, for me, personally, that sucks massive dick, but for the story overall, it's amazing. So, an 11 out of 10 episode of Korra. Now I'll talk about episode 12. Okay, you guys, so episode 12 of The Legend of Korra. This was another fucking fantastic episode. So, Tenzin's alive. That's good. We basically get them planning, like, well, maybe we'll invade from here, maybe we'll invade from there. Korra's like, no, I'm just gonna turn myself in. And what they end up saying is, okay, well, if you're gonna meet here, then we'll have some people down below on the cliff to rescue you in case they pull any shit. And they did pull shit. Mako, Asami, and Bolin go in there to rescue the airbenders. I saw the airbenders all in, like, hoods, and I was like, oh, those probably aren't real. And they weren't. Korra ends up turns herself in. They put the cuffs on her. First thing I think is, oh wait, they don't know she can metal bend. Well, apparently they do know she can metal bend because they said those were platinum. So yeah, another tie-in from Season 1, which is rare for the second and third season, outside of like just the world being established. They don't really call back to Season 1 very often, but that's where the platinum stuff was established. So they put those on her, and they're about to get her, but then they find out that those are all not the airbenders. They rescue Tenzin. They fight the water chick and the lava dude a little bit, but they end up leaving. He just lavas up the entire fucking the entire temple, and eventually it collapses. But yeah, we don't know where the airbenders are. Well, we do. We find out at the end where they are, but we haven't actually seen them yet. What ends up happening is Bolin and them, they all leave. Bolin, Asami, Mako, and Tenzin, they all go down this secret path. But what ends up happening is the lava's following them. It's about to get them. And Bolin can lava bend. It wasn't that he could metal bend, I guess. It's that he could lava bend, which is really cool. I guess you have to be born able to do metal bending, just like you have to be born a bender in general. But he can lava bend, which is awesome. It'd be so cool if Bolin got to fight the lava dude, even though he's not experienced with it. That'd be awesome. But we'll just have to wait and see. But he can lava bend. That was great. They get rescued by Kai. I can't believe they all fit on that baby bison, but yeah, Kai comes back. He didn't go to rescue Korra or anything. He actually found out where they took the airbenders, which was smart on Kai's part. I liked that. So that's that whole side of the story. They, go through the temple, the lava's following them, Bolin lava bends, awesome. They get rescued by Kai. That's that part. The other part, also we don't know where Kaya and Bumi are yet. They're still in play, but yeah, we get Korra. They find out that it's all bullshit, and she's like, we had a deal. She escapes. She's doing the airbending, firebend. She's bending like all the elements except for water while she's fucking chained up, which is awesome. And further proves my point that in Season 2, when they were all in handcuffs by Unalaq, that was bullshit. Because I don't even think they had their legs cuffed at that point. She had her legs cuffed and her arms cuffed as she was fighting Zaheer. Her dad and everyone shows up. You got Pali. I'm saying that by name because the way she goes out is incredible. But yeah, Combustion Woman, I didn't say I would keep calling her Pali. I like Combustion Woman better, but she fights off against Sue and Lin. This is awesome. Lin's gonna be a distraction while Sue goes in for the kill, and the kill was fantastic. She goes to shoot one more shot, and Sue just traps her head in the armor she was wearing, and you can see it glow like she's about to blow off the attack. But it's trapped inside the armor. Dead. That was fantastic. Awesome. Great way to kill the character. Loved that scene. Fantastic. And they killed somebody, which also, that's pretty, that kind of blows me away, which, and you know what happens when I get blown away. You know what an episode gets, but, yeah. Then Zaheer goes into the void, and he flies away with Korra. Korra thinks her dad died, because he rescued her, and he was fighting off Zaheer, but he ends up falling off the cliff. He gets rescued, but she thinks that he's dead. Then we kind of just get the regrouping. Korra's gone. Everyone regroups together on this little grassy area. The metal bender's getting patched up. We meet this one metal bender. She has like a little mole under her eye. I think we saw her before, but with the helmet on and everything. She has like a name now, and she's like relevant for some reason. I'm not sure why, but that was kind of weird, but it wasn't like a big deal. And yeah, Korra's all chained up, and they're apparently going to poison her. And since Kai knew where they were, they're going to mount a rescue for Korra. So, all in all, this was the fucking amazing episode of Korra. It's an 11 out of 10 episode again. That's 2 in a row. I mean, animation, amazing. The actual fighting itself, amazing. Character death, that's incredible. Bolin can fucking lava bend. It's so much progression for character, progression on story, just all around. This episode had, there was even fucking good comedy here and there in this episode. So, yeah, definitely another 11 out of 10 episode. This fucking season is so much better than Season 2. I'd even say it's probably better than Season 1. Maybe even better than the first season of the original Avatar, honestly. The original Avatar has some amazing episodes like The Storm and a couple other ones here and there. But I think this season of Korra, overall, I think it beats the first season of the original Avatar. And that's no small praise right there. That's fucking big shit. But there's still one more episode that could ruin everything, but I don't think it will. I think the writers got their shit together for this season. They weren't as rushed as they were for the second season, so they were able to plan things out. We'll see where it goes. But yeah, only one episode left, and obviously you can probably tell by the title of this video, it's going to be a triple review. So yeah, now I will talk about episode 13. Okay, you guys, so episode 13, the final episode of Korra. This is probably going to be a long review because I'm doing 3 episodes, but whatever, bear with me. To recap this episode, we have her getting the poison injected in the Avatar state, and her seeing Amon and Unalaq and Vatu and all that, you know, hallucinations. We get them all, you know, coming in and rescuing Jinora and Opal and Kaya and Bumi and all the other airbenders, Kai and everyone. We have a character named Kaya and Kai, so it's kind of like, but yeah. They end up rescuing them, bringing them outside, and they're like, we gotta find Korra. Well, Korra's handling herself pretty okay, because once she's in the Avatar state, she breaks out, fights them all off, and goes after Zaheer by herself. And then we leave Mako and Bolin to take care of Earth Dude and Water Chick, whose names I did not catch. They said the Earth Dude's name, but I completely forget now. And we get Mako versus the Water Chick, which is awesome because he's a firebender, so you'd think he'd be at a disadvantage. But it's a cool fight. And I was like, dude, you haven't used lightning since, like, season 1. You better do that. And, like, split second later, he uses lightning on the water. It travels up her water tentacles and zaps the shit out of her. She's done. That fight with Mako and her was awesome. It was really cool. But it was not as cool as Bolin's fight. And this is not Earthbender bias. This is fucking just... It's a lava battle. You can't take a hit. The sense of danger in Bolin's fight is way higher. So this is not a bias. This is just a more dangerous fight. And they're going at it with each other, and you know, the guy's like, oh, I just remember the last time we fought, and he's laughing about it. And Bolin's, oh yeah, well guess what? And he lava bends. He does like a wink and shit. I love Bolin. He's so awesome. Mako ends up joining him, and it would have been cool if Bolin could beat him by himself, but it makes sense that they would team up on him, kind of give him a taste of their own medicine for what they did to Tenzin, even though they probably don't know that they did that to Tenzin, but still. Unintentional, but still, gave him a taste of their own medicine, and he's like, you're going down with me, so he wants to cave in the place, but Bolin gets him and Mako out of there, and I'm assuming they both die in the cave-in, because the girl was out cold, and he was, you know, caving the whole place around them, but he's an earthbender, so they might, you know, escape. We'll have to just wait and see if they appear in the next season, but they could be dead, but if they're alive, that would make sense. Then we get Korra versus... Oh, dude, this was such great animation. It was insane. It was on, like, this DBZ level shit with her just firebending and, like, doing, like, an Iron Man flying with her hands and her feet. Flying around, picking up giant pillars of earth and just throwing them around. She's, like, in the Avatar state fighting him while sick. And she's still kicking some serious ass. I mean, he's running most of the time, flying around. There's so many cool angles and flying through the clouds and the rocks flying by. Just beautiful animation. It was incredible. What ends up happening, though, is he does end up catching up with her, and she is starting to, the poison's starting to affect her, but the other airbenders create a tornado, it sucks them in, and as they're sucking them in, Korra regains consciousness, wraps the chain around this dude's leg, because she's had the chain on her the whole time, and then she just brings him down, and it's like with the force of the tornado both pulling them down, she slams him into the ground. Like, he's got to be dead, but it's an anime, so I guess not. We saw Korra take a pretty bad fall, too, a couple of times there, but the last fall she took before he started doing the airbending and sucking out the oxygen, she took a really bad fall and almost fell off another cliff. Really good tension, though. Really well done. They end up, as soon as he twitches, they earthbend him to lock him in place so he can't bend, and that was awesome. Bolin oh, that was so funny when Bolin stuffs a sock in his mouth. So yeah, that was great. And then we cut to 2 weeks later, and Korra's in a wheelchair, which kind of surprises me, but doesn't, because it's not like she's totally paralyzed. If she like got totally paralyzed in the fight and was stuck in a wheelchair, that'd be whoa, but she's just still sick and can't really walk, which is pretty, that's, you know, that's a pretty big deal. You can't even walk, but yeah, and they're going to Jinora's, you know, she's becoming a master, and they shaved her entire head, which to me is a little weird, because she's a girl. I think we've seen, like, female avatars before. They have, like, it's, like, shaved from here to the top, and then the back has hair, and then the arrow comes from here down, but whatever. I mean, she looked like Aang, which was kind of funny. It kind of makes you realize how much of a girl Aang looked like when you don't. Because when you think about him being a boy, he doesn't really look that much like a girl, but when you see an actual girl with a shaved head like that, yeah, Aang looks pretty girly, but that's why Toph called him Twinkle Toes. But yeah, so it ends off pretty open-ended to a certain extent. They're saying, there might be more Red Lotus out there, and these airbenders are going to go out and make peace wherever they go and restore balance and follow Korra's example. And we see Korra have like a tear in her eye, and that's where it ends. And yeah, so the day I'm recording this is the day before Season 4 premieres, so I'm now caught up and I'll start watching, I'll watch the first episode of Season 4. My uploads will still be going, so I don't know if I'll keep doing the uploads, but review the 4th season weekly, or if I'll wait to review the first episode of Korra, Season 4 until after I'm done with these other videos, but we'll see. But I'm definitely going to watch it tomorrow, and I'm pretty excited for Season 4. I haven't watched any of the trailers or anything. I'm just going to go in pretty much blind to it. But, yeah. And it's interesting that she wasn't totally healed during the finale. I wonder if it'll pick up. I'd imagine a mini time skip to where she's healed. How long that'll be, I have no idea. I don't think any more than a year at most, and that's pushing it. I'd imagine maybe 6 months. But, yeah, I'm excited for Season 4. I thought this season was amazing. I think it's better than the first season of The Last Airbender, and I think it's the best season of Korra so far. So that's pretty much all I have to say. And the series overall, up to this point, I really love it. The second season had its weaknesses, but I still enjoyed it overall. And if anything, it had a really large, grand scale, and Varric was hilarious. So, I mean, even the second season I think is okay. First season I think is great, and the third season I think is amazing. So, those are my overall thoughts on Korra. And, yeah, I'll just start reviewing the new season weekly. So, yeah. Thanks for watching this video. Tell me what you guys thought of these episodes in the comments below. Tell me what you guys think of Season 3 and Korra, as a whole. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye. It's not over yet. Hold on. I don't think I gave this episode a rating. This is the first finale of the series that I have absolutely no problems with. I think it's an absolutely fantastic ending to the season. And I'm going to give it a 10. Well, I want to say a 10 out of 10 because nothing blew me away necessarily, not like the previous two with Tenzin might have died and holy shit, the way that one bitch died was amazing, the combustion woman. Nothing like that happened in this episode, so I want to give it a 10 or a 10.5. I'll give it a 10.5 out of 10. It was a fantastic, amazing episode. Best finale of the series so far. I have no problems with it. I had problems with the ending of the first and second season, but this one to me is a perfect finale for this season. So yeah, I just wanted to throw that in there. I already did my outro or whatever, but I'll just, again, thanks for watching. Tell me what you guys thought of these episodes in the comments below, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.